We're live. I saw somewhere like on eBay, or it was on my like suggested things. Um, the second print of Immortal Hulk 2 is at like $50.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You know, to be honest, I think that those might be some of the books that I pull out for the auction.
the Immortal Hulk ones.
Yeah, because I sold issue two already
Okay.
during like the sale last week, and I still need to get more money to pay that stuff off. So I don't know. I feel like that's like popular right now, and you know, I like Hulk, but he's definitely not. He's not in my top five. So I feel like if he's not in my top five, then I just have to like pull the trigger and be like, you know what, I might as well sell them now while they're like definitively worth money rather than
Right.
risk, you know, holding on to them when there's no real sentimental value to the book and then they come crashing back down to earth, which I really do feel like that's what's going to happen.
I agree. I mean, they can't maintain that price because like some of them it just doesn't make sense. Most of them it just doesn't make sense.
Right, like people can justify issue one because it's an issue one,
Right.
and people are trying to justify issue two because of Dr. Fry.
Right.
But after that, like how many more of those issues can you like justify like selling for as high as they're selling?
Yeah. And I hopped off the book after issue 4 because it started getting into like some Alpha Flight stuff that I just didn't care about.
Yeah, Captain
Um,
Marvel being in it like bummed me out because she's such a lame character.
right. Yeah, I hopped off like right for that. There was like that section, but I hopped off between 4 and uh 9, and then I got back on at 10. I went back and picked all the other issues up, but I think those are some that I might get rid of, like the in between issues, because I just don't care.
I feel like I might just sell everything from like three on.
Yeah,
Like I'll hold on to like my issue one and everything from three up. I'll just be like, this is a package, like
right.
whatever.
I have a set of Venom like 1 through 8, I think, that I was gonna sell. Not a, but the number 3 isn't a first print because I'm not partying with any of my.
You have so many, you might as well.
Yeah,
What are they selling for now?
I haven't even checked. I'll look right now. Um, I feel like it's only like $25.
I mean,
22, 26.
just because like people haven't heard from the character lately, so they fall off of it, and then
Yeah,
all you need is for them to bring his name back up again, which you know they're going to very soon.
absolutely. Yeah,
I think he's definitely going to come up in the Cult of Carnage book,
for
like one
sure.
million percent.
For sure. And that dude, that variant is sick.
And then I gotta think that Null has to play a part in that teaser by Cates for that, you know, like everyone's a target or whatever.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And it showed like Spidey and Captain America and all those guys.
Yep.
I feel like all that stuff has to tie back into Null. Like that has to be like what he's doing.
True.
Because the last page of Carnage Born, when he was like realizing that he could experience like other people's memories and stuff through like
Right.
their, remember he looks at a big screen and it shows like all the heroes that have
Other
ever had
people.
like a symbiote.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if the next one is Cult of Carnage and then the one after that is like everyone's a target and it's showing specifically Captain America and Spider-Man. That has to be like a long play there, and obviously Null has to be a part of that. I
Right.
think
No, yeah, I agree.
I could
Um,
be wrong, but you know,
I mean, if they don't use it, then that's like they're fucking up. Because I mean, I'm biased because I think he's badass, but um, I don't know.
are you distracted by Jock drawing Batman behind me?
No, but it's dope. I just Barbarian. I just sent you the thing. Um, Your boy says in War of the Realms most likely. I wonder if he's going to show up in there. I
It's
wouldn't.
definitely possible, but
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't, because I know Malekith is the big deal in it, and then I would be willing to bet that they bring the Loki, the Necro God shit. I bet they bring that into
But I could agree with your boy that could lead into like them having null, only because like.
Whoa.
What up?
What? Oh wait, wrong button. What? What did you say to me?
I like the bearded Terminator.
This thing's huge. Oh, it's so hard to get on and off, too. It's stuck. It's stuck.
Something like that really would get stuck on my head. My head is too big. They don't like make baseball hats for my head. It's so large.
Yeah, I had to tape it on, like the strap on the back broke. I taped it too tight. What's going on?
Not much. Just bullshitting. I was trying to figure out a way to invite myself from to my phone so I could have 2 cameras for the auction, but it kept doing the like gnarly feedback sound.
Oh yeah.
And I couldn't figure out how to get I muted both of them. I just couldn't figure out how to get it to stop.
Did you try wearing headphones and muting the other one?
No, that's a good idea. I'll try that.
I don't know. You got me.
Yeah, that would probably work.
I'll try it in a little bit.
Yeah, because usually the feedback comes from the sounds. And so if you put in headphones, it blocks all the sound out of whatever.
Right.
You can only get it out of your headphones, and I guess.
I don't think if they're both under the same account that you would be able to it wouldn't work like that. You'd still only be like one person, and I think it'd make you like pick which phone you want to broadcast from, right?
I had 2 accounts, so I started a new one. So I had it up, like I could have 2 cameras. The sound was just the issue. So if I can figure out the sound, then I can have 2 cameras going.
Oh, good. Andrew's here to do something distracting.
Oh yes.
Yes,
I sure am.
I can also hide Andrew's broadcast from everyone so they can just hear his audio.
Don't hurt me.
No,
I mean, I'm driving right now, so you know.
You can't see him anyway. It's all black. All you can see is
did you just assume my race?
No, we all know gay is not a race.
Got him.
Oh, man.
Guys, good news. I went to McDonald's for soft serve today, and the machine was working.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, how are you going to go to McDonald's and get soft serve over a McFlurry?
Dog, I'm a slut for soft serve. I don't know what the deal is.
Have you had the Chick-fil-A frosted lemonade?
I've been to Chick-fil-A twice in my entire life, and I have been pretty disappointed both times.
It's really good. It's the best thing they have. It's like a soft serve with lemonade all over it. It's kind of good.
I feel like you're biased against their food because they're biased against your lifestyle choices.
True.
That's true. That's true. They're like, listen here, you fucking homo, and I'm like, God damn you.
Do you know what's right? You know what's really funny is that they're not open on Sundays, right? Because that's like God's day.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I kind of thought that was like gimmicky. And then one of my friends lives down in Atlanta, and he said that there's a Chick-fil-A in the well, it's not called like the Metrodome anymore, the Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah.
He said there's a Chick-fil-A in there, and they're not open. They're not open for football games.
Oh yeah, on Sundays they're not. No Chick-fil-A is. That dude. What's his name?
Point. They're so like committed to that they pay for a spot in a primarily football stadium where they can't even make money on the biggest football day.
Yeah. And everybody around here doesn't get it either.
Like, we're only going to be open like on the one Monday night game that happens all year, and then I guess if a college plays here on Saturday, then we'll serve Chick-fil-A.
That's funny as fuck.
It was like a big thing because last year the Super Bowl was here, I guess. And so everybody was like, I wonder if, he's going to open it up. But nope, hell no. He's like, no, God doesn't let me work on that day.
That's amazing.
This is God saying God hates fast food.
I thought you were gonna say another F word, and I was gonna be like, "You're gonna get Necro banned."
Can you not say? Wait, I'm allowed to say it.
No, you're not. Nobody can
now.
say it.
What the hell?
Nobody can say it.
YouTube doesn't know that you're gay, Andrew. So like they can't.
This is bullshit. YouTube's homophobic. You heard it here first.
I'm pretty sure Google's the complete opposite of homophobic, to be honest.
I don't know,
All
man.
right. I'm gonna try this second camera thing again. So there might be some gnarly sounds in a second.
Hey, I figured I would take this opportunity to open this thing up if y'all are interested. I won a bunch of stuff from the auction. I think it was last week on All About Comics or Comic Core, one or the other. I can't remember, but this came from Brendan Staninsky. You know who that is?
I don't.
Oh shit, Barb,
Like,
you
I
got a
won
fucking
something
haircut?
from him and I won something from Who Dat. Both of them were like super cheap. So I think I paid like $30 with the shipping for all this stuff. So that's pretty good. I spend way too much money on stupid junk I don't need, though. It goes back to what we were just talking about.
I think we all do that.
I don't know.
I
It's like I
definitely do.
I see one book when they're having an auction. It's like I'm gonna pay up to whatever for that one book, and then I just start overbidding.
Okay, so here's the issue. I can hear, or no, that's better. Never mind. All right, so here, check this out.
I see your head on your second camera bopping around there.
Yeah, this is offensive.
You can see it? Damn. I wonder if it's okay, so we can see it, but it doesn't show up on the feed.
Well, it's showing up on my feed, like on the dots at the bottom.
Yeah. I got you, but I'm on
Wait, is Reggie, Reggie in the chat? Is Reggie in the chat?
no.
I'm just kidding.
I'm on my YouTube app on my iPad too, like watching the channel basically, and it's not showing up.
What if you can't even select it?
No, I can't. I hit it like on the menu right here. I hit it. So but if I unhide it, then it'll be fine. So like I'm now showing it in the broadcast. So I can, there you go. That's pretty cool.
You could probably like reach out to Bill at Economics and Comics. I'll bet he would be happy to explain like how he does, because he runs like 3 cameras at once sometimes, I think.
Yeah, I'd be curious if I did that. But I figured, because then I can make it so this is the only feed that shows up, so I can like zoom in on a book.
Yeah.
But it's showing up right now.
Yeah, it's good now. And then if I stop it and I can hide it, we can still see it on the bottom, but now it doesn't show up on the channel, like on the live feed anymore.
So that's good
Like,
to do that.
for people viewing, yeah. Cool.
I'm just gonna go like this. Here's this book.
Yeah.
Do you want to buy it?
Sorry, we're interrupting your daily routine.
Here's this book. Here's this cool book. Dude, are you flossing right now? Like we're live on YouTube, and you're like flossing your teeth.
Yeah, I need to fucking remind the kids that comics aren't all that matter. You also need to have teeth.
The name's nonsense. What I'm doing is flossing.
Necro, don't invite Andrew anymore to the group chats, please.
Okay.
That's a hate crime.
It's not a hate crime.
Yeah.
With great power,
you know? Are you some
great
kind of cop?
I feel like you're in a tank top, so because you're making fun of other YouTube personalities, and I don't appreciate that kind of hostile like behavior.
You better not make me put my AirPods in so I can't hear you.
AirPods are for. Never mind.
Hey, I'm wearing some right now.
Accurate.
Yo, this dude just sent me a book with. No, you fucking asshole. God damn it. there's tape on the cover
Are you fucking kidding me?
because the bag ripped on the side and it just like popped out, so the tape is like directly on the cover now.
First of all, what book is that?
Survivors Club.
Yeah, that's the book.
I've never. It's like I don't know. I never heard of it before, and then I read like a synopsis of it, and it sounded badass. So I don't remember what it was about, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
Hot 10 books, isn't it?
One of the what?
One of those hot 10 books.
Yeah. So when you say
Is it really?
synopsis, do you mean you
I
checked
think
out
it was on there
CBSI?
a while back. I remember seeing it somewhere.
Well,
Yeah,
It was on there for sure.
You're out of the club.
I scoured the CBSI website.
Banned.
You're a goddamn phony.
So
No.
I got this today, and I just want to say I'm really excited about it because I love this cover, and I have a hard time finding it because nobody cares about these books, and I found it in a dollar bin today. It's it's like the paper cover to Punisher issue 57.
Yeah, it's got the regular cover underneath that, right?
Yeah, but usually you could just find like the regular cover, which is really terrible. It's
Yep.
like a picture of a dude with like bandages all over his face. But then they did like a paper cover
Oh, that's
version
sick.
that has this on, and then the back is like a wanted poster with like Frank Castle's information.
That's dope.
And
That's
like
really
because of the
good.
paper, it's like really hard to find or like in decent shape. And I found it in a dollar bin, and I don't know, it made my day.
That's dope though. I like that.
I went up to Chattanooga one time, like to go to the aquarium, and we stopped at an antique store, and they had like 20 long boxes of comics that were $1 each. And my daughter was with me because I was with my whole family, and that's the comic she picked out for me to buy. That's kind of
That's
funny.
awesome.
Yeah, she was in there looking through them all with me, and I was like, "Well, pick out whatever you want me to get," and that's the one she picked out.
What's
I guess
the best
the
thing
one
you
with the
guys have
paper
found in a
cover is
dollar bin?
supposed to be way more rare, though. Like it's a lot harder to find it.
Yeah. And then I found this too, because like Kachun put this in the chat the other day, and he was like, "Oh, I would definitely buy this like Justice League, but the interior and covers are done by Alex Ross."
Yeah.
It's called Justice, and like they just had issue number 1 because like the corners bent a little bit, but this was in the dollar bin too, and I was like, "Wow, man, like that's so funny."
That's sick though.
And like, dude, it is true. Like it's so crazy because he did the interior art, and it's like, dude, the guy doesn't let up at all.
Dude, he's killer, man. I don't know like how his schedule must be crazy, like constantly painting.
But
Yeah, because he paints everything. Right?
You figure doing covers, like as much work as that is, it's one piece. Like, how do you do all the panels for a comic book?
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, look at this splash page. That's one page, and he did the whole interior and the covers for like the whole series. Like how?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Meanwhile, these days we get like an art germ cover, and then the whole interior looks like I drew it.
He has a bunch of clones or something that all share the same talent, and they just like buster it all out.
Dick butts everywhere.
Andrew,
was that?
You asked what the best thing we found in the dollar bin is?
Yeah, because I had a pretty good find earlier.
Mine is just those X-Men Endgame books that didn't end up being anything.
I don't even know what those are, so I agree they are nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
It was like a 2-week long spec thing.
Yeah, it's for
I got you.
Right? Where Legend turns into Endgame or whatever. Is it Legion?
Legion, yeah, when Legion turns into Endgame. What'd you get?
First,
hey, that's dope,
dude. It's fucking perfect too.
I mean,
like
that's what the thing is though, is that most places you go, that's only like a $2 to $3 book though. Like,
hey, there you go.
Shit, dude, I don't know where you're finding that.
That's badass.
Yeah, I got one in a big box full of junk too. This big. There's so much good stuff in here. I only paid $20. If you take the shipping out, it's got both of the covers to this. Like it's got the one with the heart, and then the other one that doesn't have it.
Here, Andrew.
Oh, I got a few of those. What, do you have like 500 of these? You're just going to one-up me?
I'm just saying, well, this one's signed by Jim Lee. So.
Woo, that's fucking sick. See, I was thinking about doing that too. I want to get mine signed by him.
And it's cool because they actually remembered to put the note on it. So it says first published Jim Lee artwork at Marvel Comics.
Oh, that's tight. That's tight.
That's dope.
Did you bring that to get signed by him, or did you buy that?
No, I bought it like this.
That's pretty lame. Definitely not cool, man.
My regular copy of Alpha Flight I bought at my LCS for $250 like a month ago.
Wow, sounds like you paid $1.50 extra, sucker. Issues out here just getting fucked.
You're such a vagina.
Is this the first Talos? Is that what that is? All of these are supposed to be some sort of something or other. I can't remember though.
What?
I don't know what that one is.
All these fucking Hulk specs.
First Talos
was the stuff I bought, like that he put in there.
First Talos was the wedding one that you showed.
It's Talos.
Whatever.
Who cares?
I have no idea.
Go watch
so this is going right after. Okay. Let's see. There's 2 X Factor books.
That 0.1 or 0.0 book or whatever is like $20 now.
Yeah,
dude, it's fucking nuts.
Like a little kid Nova, right?
Yeah.
Here's the first Archangel.
Isn't it? What is it, like Robbie Ryder or some shit? Oh, I got one of those too. That's sick.
No, you ignorant slut, Andrew.
Thank you.
Right to Apocalypse, something like that.
Nice.
Something like that.
Come on, Issues. Treat me bad. I deserve it.
The other Thor girl. Thor girl.
I like that one, man. I got. Let me pull some shit out.
I got this. I know I've seen this on the Hot 10 list.
Dude, that thing was all over. When that ended up on the Hot 10 list, that was when I discovered them. And I was like, oh my God, I need to fucking get that book.
I got another super shiny Web of Spider-Man.
I like that one with the fucking metal armor. I have that too.
Yeah. Let's see. There's 2 Captain America. The all-new Captain America #1 and #2. I don't know if there's anything special about them or not.
I have no idea.
Think these were just stuff that he put in there. Mighty Avengers 27. Oh, this is that Nyx. Isn't that the first appearance of Nyx? Or the cameo, one or the other?
That's the first.
Oh, I found that in a dollar bin, actually.
Hey, John's Comics is here. John,
what's up, John?
And the last one,
wire like drawing videos playing behind me on the television, so people can see something besides me while they're watching this show.
Oh, is that a video of me drawing?
No,
yeah.
That's me drawing, right?
It's talented people drawing.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm an idiot and got this slab to test the CGC system and see how it worked. It was like the first thing I got slab.
I mean, a 9.6. I figure that's got to be worth something.
I don't know.
Is that first Jane Foster Thor or whatever?
Yeah.
That's got to be worth something.
I did a set, like a bunch of them when I first I sent in a bunch of like cheap shit just to see how it worked. So this was one of them.
Is that the
Robbie Reyes?
That's the Robbie.
Yeah, Robbie Reyes.
Right on.
Tight.
Yeah,
I actually like him as Ghost Rider.
I don't mind him either. I thought I was. It took me a second to get into that series and to get into him, but because the art is tough.
I don't like it.
Well, that's because you don't like fun.
That's true. Speaking
Necro, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to hear Issues right now, isn't it?
Yeah, with all this money in my ear.
Oh, jeez. Oh my God.
I got this dollar bin Ghost Rider, which I love this cover.
I love that book, dude. That book's big.
You know what was the craziest thing I got in a dollar bin was a Daredevil 1, actually, from a crackhead. So
you didn't really get that in a dollar bin,
right? Listen, you're correct. It was more like 23 cents.
Yeah.
Who keeps inviting Andrew?
I don't know.
We have to make the ratio equal. You know, straight, gay, straight, gay.
That's true. That's true. See, look, and if you look at the bottom, you can see Issues and I are separated by a straight person. Gotta
John
keep the
John said he
balance.
likes the Aaron and Dauterman Thor one. Actually, one of the reasons I'm excited about the War of the Realms, like the actual like titled War of the Realms series, is because Dauterman is doing the art, and I think he's killer.
I mean, Jason Aaron. You know what's funny is like I think we've like said before that like Dan Slott was like on Spider-Man for way too long, and like sometimes guys are on really long runs of books where they kind of like stop feeling fresh. Jason Aaron's been writing Thor for freaking forever.
True.
And it's still good. Like it's still a good read. Like I'm actually surprised more people don't read it.
I agree.
When it came up to this newest run, that's kind of where it started losing me. Just purely cause, like, it's a good read. I really don't like the art. I really don't. Like,
I can agree that the art is tough in the new series.
Yeah.
If that's not stylistically what you're into, I agree. It's the same reason why I couldn't read Robbie Reyes. Like the art.
It only took me a little bit though. Like
That's
after
fair.
I actually read, because I started reading at like 9 and 10, I think, because I was like, you know what, let's give this shit a whirl. Because War of the Realms is coming up and stuff, and I was like, let's take a whack at this. So I started reading it, and I was like, you know what, this is actually not that bad. Like there's parts of it where I actually appreciate the style a lot. Like the fight scene between spoiler, the fight between him and Odin, I thought was really cool. Like with that art style, I thought that fight looked awesome.
Yeah.
You know why I like some of the earlier ones too? Because those parts at the end with like Old Man Thor, those were Christian Ward art. Like it was a different artist, so like that was a lot more enjoyable for me too, because it was not just the story was different, but the art entirely changed also. And I'm a big Christian Ward fan. Like he's really good.
He did he has a variant cover for the first issue that's fucking badass.
Speaking of, go ahead.
I think you posted it. Issues. It's got Old Man Thor on it.
It was a 1-for-25 with Old Man Thor with like all the swirls around him and flames.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
And then the second print is the Phoenix Wolverine.
Yeah. Exactly.
That he's, like, staring at in space. Yeah, those are awesome, man. He's
so
really,
good.
Really talented.
Hey, is Disney involved with Dark Phoenix at all, or is that still just going to be Fox shit in the bed?
No, it's
fun.
It's Fox's movie entirely. Like Marvel did nothing to it, but they own it now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I heard, because I know we've talked about before where the New Mutants movie is going to end up. I just saw something that said that it's probably just going to end up on that Disney Plus thing.
Yeah.
That streaming service.
Oh, I believe that.
I don't care where it shows up. I just want to watch it.
Yeah, for real. Me too.
I honestly could care less about New Mutants, so I think
like Demon Bear.
Dude.
I think there's like, I just like the idea that it's like a horror feeling book or movie. I don't know. It could be different. The Dark Phoenix, I don't give a shit about. I can disappear and I wouldn't care.
I kind of think
I think it'll be cool to
stop to get rid of it.
No, I think like I don't think they can. Like I shouldn't say that. The movie's already been paid for. The actors have already been paid. No matter how bad it is going to recoup money at the box office. So for them, at this point, anything they get back from it goes back into their pockets for like, because that was part of what they paid for. When Fox is like, we want X amount of money, they weren't just buying back characters. They were buying all their TV shows in production, all their movies in production. Like they were buying back everything that came with those characters.
Right.
So if they paid $1 billion, if they paid $100 billion and they can make $500 million from putting X-Men out, then just put it out and make back $500 million.
Yeah, that's money that you're going to get back regardless. And people are going to watch that movie even if it's horrible.
Right, exactly. So, like, we could all say it sucks, but it's still going to make a ton of money, and they're going to put money back in their pocket. Like, this is, to those people, you could say that Kevin Feige wants to make, like, good Marvel movies. But
Kevin what?
Feige, isn't that his name? Feige?
I have no idea. I don't know how to pronounce
it. YouTube, can I get a fucking ban, please?
You're going to get necro banned. I'm just saying someone's name. but it's still a business, man. At the end of the day, it's just about like putting money in the bank.
Right. No, yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking
the shittier the movie is, the easier it is for them to like reboot the whole thing.
Yeah, right. They get rid of freaking Sansa Stark as Jane Grey.
Dude,
true.
That's gonna be fucking weird. Like, I think she has potential to do good in it and everything, but we'll see.
The last trailer didn't like look terrible. I mean, I know I'm in the minority here, but like I'll still probably go see it because I love the X-Men.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. People are going to go watch it regardless. I'll see it eventually, either in the theater or when it comes out on DVD,
Yeah.
Or some type of illegal streaming platform,
Dude,
maybe.
You know what?
Right.
It's the same thing that happened with Captain Marvel. Like, all these people supposedly sat around just bashing Captain Marvel and saying how it wasn't going to make money, and it's made, like, buku dollars.
Yeah.
So,
true.
Like, if for all we know, everyone's saying that Dark Phoenix was the worst movie ever. I mean, that could have been people trying to drive down the asking price for Fox.
True.
Yeah, right.
There's always people at work, right? It's like trying to like short a stock. Like, oh no, the movie's gonna bomb, so you can't.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You can't say that you want $1 billion just because that movie's in the portfolio because it's only gonna make like 300 million. So like, we're not paying you that much money because everyone says it sucks. It's got bad publicity.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't really vibe with who's the guy who plays
Language.
Can we not cuss on this?
No, you can. I don't give a shit.
Oh, okay. I was like, are we fucking monetizing the live?
No.
Language. We're never gonna get sponsors like this,
we better keep it clean, yo.
Look. Okay, I'm gonna send you the 25 cents that you were gonna make from monetizing a live chat.
Dude, this doesn't have a bag and a board on it, and I need a sponsor.
I'm gonna show you guys the proper way to bag and board. Okay? Kidding. Anyway,
look, this just has a bag and it's loose. It's like a sandwich bag. Who does this?
Dude, I for a little bit there, I was getting comics in saran wrap.
That's what this feels like.
It was weird. Like it was like right. It was when I just got back into collecting, and shit was just fucking saran wrapped. I was like, "What are we doing here?" Like, who greenlighted this?
Dude, this is a comic bag. How? What? It's a sandwich bag. Put work in this.
I don't like the sound that makes when you hold it to the camera like that.
You don't like it?
I don't like that. What is that? Is your boys on here now? Hey.
Yo. Are y'all done feeding the chickens?
No, they're not going off right now. So
dude, fuck the chickens.
What time is it? What time is it in Guam?
1:15
a.m.
Andrew, that fucking sick.
It's so sick. Does anybody actually? Did anyone ever read the Nom? Like actually read through it?
No.
I haven't got the chance to yet. I got that #1 just like I was gonna give it to my dad, and I never got around to it. And then when I could get it signed, I got it signed. So next time I see him, I just plan on giving it to him anyway.
Nice.
I got that. And I got a freaking Semper Fi #1. My dad is a Marine Corps vet, and so like I try and find all these like military things for him.
That's
like
cool.
Hey, is this shit still spiking hella hard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it. Like, do you think it's worth hanging? Because I legitimately bought it to flip. Like, keeping it a buck. I bought it to flip.
You should sell it to me for $40.
Yeah, Issues is looking for it.
So that's probably not going to happen.
Well, I saved you like $100 with the locksmith the other day. So
now listen, that's not entirely
want
true.
To talk about comic karma and good deeds.
What I was gonna do was break my fucking door off the bolt. So you actually saved me from spending Home Depot money.
Well, that's still money. #1.
No.
Number two is everyone here knows that you look. He left.
Oh, Sorry,
Oh, he's
battery's
back.
dying.
Also,
That'd be-
also, you told me that you got me a present when you went to Blockbuster, and then you asked me for my address.
Guess what I shipped yesterday? I swear to God. Guess what I fucking shipped yesterday?
You liar.
I know. I meant to bring that up earlier in the chat. I was gonna be like, so I was gonna say, I was gonna pull up a fucking Beta Ray second and third appearance and go, hey, Issues, where's my first fucking appearance? Is that shit in the mail yet?
Maybe. I actually don't know if I mailed yours yet, but
maybe so. Are you fucking kidding me?
Didn't
God
you?
damn.
I thought you mailed me and Andrews at the same day.
Did I?
Yeah, I think that's what you said. You may have been drunk.
Well, then I sent Andrew a tracking number if I mailed it.
Oh, you surely did not. Dude, are you about to do what that other guy did? Hit me up like 2 weeks later and be like, hey,
It's
I don't have a tracking
delivered.
number.
It's delivered. Den is in the chat, and he says sell it for $20. That Hulk book.
Do y'all think it's worth hanging on to for a minute? Think it's going
I don't
up
know.
anymore? Or did we reach critical mass?
I
Andrew,
like hanging on to
I
shit
didn't-
like that.
I didn't
But
ship yours yet, Andrew.
What was that?
I didn't ship yours yet.
Wow, real fucking cunt.
Are you serious right now?
Are you
I
serious?
sold you my personal copy of Thor 337 signed by Walt Simonson, and you're gonna give me a hard time because I didn't ship it yet?
But Issues. You want to learn how to bag some fucking comics?
Like, I hate you
You
so
can
much.
just send it to
I
me
feel
and
like
say you accidentally got put in the wrong bag or the wrong box. You just send it over here and be like, oh, hey, look what I got.
Am at FF49.
I would be so much ruder to Andrew if I wasn't worried about like legitimately being charged with a hate crime.
Hey, do you save these for like later viewings on your YouTube?
Yeah, you can rewatch it.
All right. If Issues ever kills me, guys, it was definitely not a hate crime. It's because I'm just a huge piece of shit.
Thanks, man.
I got you.
All right, let's see. I gotta go through some books here.
Yeah, I got your stuff, by the way, Issues. I got your stuff boxed up today to send out. I got to do that tomorrow.
No rush.
I know. I've been sitting here looking at it for like 2 weeks now. It just keeps growing and getting bigger and bigger.
Oh, you got a pile like that for me too, right?
Yeah, I got a box that's got some stuff for you in it. I didn't know if you wanted me to wait till it was full or what.
The only one that that Punisher annual #2.
Yeah, I got two.
That one's actually coming up in my reading list pretty soon here.
Oh, okay. Well, I can throw them all together. What's in the box, I can probably fit in a mailer and just send them to you.
I wanna try and find some shit for you, man. Like keeping it real. It's your stuff's expensive, man. Like you're the shit that you're like, yeah, I want anything ASM 20 and before. I'm like, fuck me.
I know.
Like,
I know. That's why I don't.
Like, how the fuck do I get you a gift?
Tank is in the chat. Yo, I was thinking of doing. I think Issues mentioned this, but I was thinking of doing like a DC, like hot variant,
like box
or X hot variant lot.
Which ones do you have? Are those all the ones you're putting in it?
Yeah, I got.
Because I want to see if you're doing the ones that I don't have, then that would work out good. Because I got a bunch too that I was going to do. I'd like to do something.
I have here. Let's see. I'll go through them real quick. I got this one, the Suicide Squad one, with Harley on the cover. I got the Wonder Woman one from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
This Wonder Woman, 50 something. This Wonder Woman. It's all the Justice League Dark and the Wonder Woman ones, and then the Suicide Squad.
I was thinking about putting some of those same books up, so I feel like I shouldn't.
Yeah,
no, do it.
I did the Art Germ ones. I got. I bought a lot of the Art Germ. You know, well, I guess not a bunch. I think I have 3 3 or 4.
I don't have those, so do those for sure.
Are you gonna post your stuff on your page, like so people know? Because I was gonna post like a few comics every day for like the next 3 days, and be like, these comics will be available like at the auction to try to get people to like
come check it out and shit.
Yeah, I've been trying to like tease stuff in a way, but I guess it would be best just to show it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I might just be putting some of this Immortal Hulk stuff in when I got a full run and then like a bunch of another one that I was going to do 2 different lots with them.
I feel like just fan them all out on like a table or the floor or something and just take a like big picture and just be like, dude, some of the title, like I was going to do that like 3 times, like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, just so people know like, oh, these are, I might auction this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have 2 different slabs that I'm putting in it, and one of them is a mystery. Like I'm not going to say it because if anybody's watching it, but it's a Batman slab, and then I got a whole set of independent first issues, you know, like #1 issues, and I was going to put this Warning #1 that I just got. It's a 9.8. I was going to put that in there.
That's a good idea.
About it, but I have a whole bunch of different #1s. Like I was gonna put my that Scotty Young, what's it called, Middle West. I got 1 through 4 of that. I was gonna put in there, and
nice.
Die #1. I got 2 copies of that, so I was gonna put one of those in there.
That'll definitely sell. I
know. There's a lot of stuff I have that like it's like $10-$20 comics that I was just gonna basically start building a box, like filling up a box with stuff.
I like it. So I was thinking, what do we want to do for rules? I've seen people do they do like a 30-second timer, and then that way people can't snipe shit. And if someone like bids, then it resets the 30 seconds. Or we could do the 2 minutes.
I really like the way that Bake was doing it on his the other day. Like if you put something up there and if nobody wants it, like within a minute, just tell people to start saying pass. That way you don't sit there for 2 or 3 minutes waiting on a bid. But if you got like 2 people that are bidding it out, then let them go until they fold. If somebody wants to get in after the 2-minute thing, whenever who's bidding on it at the end, just if they want to get in, they can. But it has to be some kind of like ending to it. Like people, I was watching today, man, and it was like, for $1, like they were bidding up by dollars, and dude was waiting like 2 minutes in between a $1 bid. It's like, man, if you're gonna pay $1, just go ahead and bid on it. It's like
that's why I think that 30-second timer is helpful, because it kind of gets rid of that. Like, if you don't bid in 30 seconds, it's over. Sorry.
Yeah, like make up your mind. You either want it or you don't.
Yeah.
For $1 or more, come on. It's not gonna change your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, plus I think there's like 5 of us like auctioning stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, not for nothing, like just isn't it take like 30 minutes just for 5 of us to get through like 1 book a piece?
Oh yeah, for sure, if not longer.
Right. So like that's what I'm saying. Like if we don't have some sort of structure to it, like having just at least like some sort of countdown timer, we won't sell anything. We'll each get through like 2 lots and we'll be done, and it'll be sort of like a bust.
So I'll have my phone then. I won't use the second camera, and we can like, obviously people are bidding, we'll let them bid, and then when it starts to slow down, we can do the 30 seconds, hold it up. When the 30 seconds is done, it's done.
Yeah, and like Barbarian said, like you're gonna know right away whether people are interested, because nobody waits long to bid if they're into the book.
Right.
That's right.
You know, people jump right away, so you'll at least know if you have one person or not. So if within like 30 to 45 seconds no one said anything, then it's just like, move on.
What are you doing, your boy?
Your boy's like showing us books and like asking for like thumbs up and thumbs down. He won't show his face because he's like scared.
Are we like telling you whether you should sell it or not, or what? What are we doing?
Yeah, that.
Bro, how long you been showing shit for in dead fucking silence? That's like, dude, I haven't even looked at your fucking chat. You've been so quiet. You could have been whipping your dick around and I wouldn't even have fucking noticed.
Well, you guys, Andrew's going to get this channel blocked before we even get to the auction.
True.
I don't really know because I don't have much that sells high. So or like hot
that
stuff.
got kind of popular for a minute. It's actually a good book. I
This
liked
one's
it.
like I've seen it listed for like 15.
Is that the Dawnbreaker or whatever?
No, Wild Hunt.
Oh, okay.
Hey, have you guys seen how fucking crazy what ifs have been lately?
Yeah, right.
Dude, there's a lot of 5 of them for sale. They're like not even big what if keys or anything like that. And it's the fucking bid is up to $70 with a day left.
What?
Ew.
Which ones are they?
Which what ifs is it?
Hold on, let me get back to it. I just clicked out of it. It is.
Can you guys hear the chickens?
Fucking
Yeah.
damn it! Hang on, it's like trying to load a bunch. Oh, there it is. Motherfucker! It keeps reloading into some random shit. Number 4, 49, 50, 108. So it's like they're not. So it's actually no, I lied. 2 of these are pretty relevant. Silver Surfer getting the gauntlet, and what if Hulk killed Wolverine?
Yeah,
Yeah,
those two have
Those
always
both
been.
always sell kind of decent. The Silver Surfer
Yeah.
one's always sold kind of decent.
Yeah,
The
you're
same
right.
with the Wolverine and Hulk one. The other way around too is the same way. The one where
Yeah.
Wolverine killed the Hulk. They both sell pretty good.
Here's something.
Yeah, and then they
that
have that one weird what if, like with Cosmic Carnage holding Cap's shield. That one's on there too.
I love that one. That one's worth like a little bit of money.
I like the Phoenix
I don't think
one.
Carnage
The
is
Phoenix one is
mainstream
good
enough
too.
to make that one spike yet.
The Phoenix
Hey.
one is pretty good too.
You guys, have you seen people talking about how this is going to be the next fucking Avengers? What is it, 684 or whatever?
It's
Yeah.
not.
It's stupid.
It's dumb.
It's so ridiculous. Well, fuck, people were probably saying that back in the day. I don't know. I think it'd be
the print run on that book is like so much higher than the print run on Avengers 684.
Yeah, and that Chino guy has it listed for what, $20.99
Dude, you can still buy those off the shelf. Like
for $5.
You
Yeah.
can still find them some places.
for No Road Home.
What is it? That's like the
Yeah,
first
but,
cameo of Conan in the real world or something.
Yeah.
I sold 4 of those for $15 in one day.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I'm hanging on to 3 more. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Because worst case scenario, I'll always be able to get cover for them.
Does the 684 second print sell well, or is that like no good?
I have like 6 of those, so I don't know.
Is that the one where he's coming out of the cave?
Yeah, it's just
actually shows on like.
Yo, if you have a bunch, let me get one.
yeah. I'll send you one.
I have
speaking
like
of
2, but I didn't know if it's like selling at all.
I don't know if it is or not. If it is, I'll pay you. Obviously, I'll pay you whatever for it, anyways.
Necro,
But
did you get?
I'll give you a deal, obviously.
yeah, I have a couple of those.
Oh, someone was looking for one recently, right?
It might have been me, but I found a couple.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
Yeah,
I still I cannot find a fairly priced Immortal Hulk 1 or Venom. Is it 5 or 6 that I'm missing? I think it's 5 or 6. I can't find those to save my fucking life, and that's
Do you
all.
remember what the cover is on the Venom?
I can literally just run over here and check real quick.
It's not the
Yeah,
one
look.
with the tongue variant, is it?
Well, if not, no, not
That's 7.
7 is the
That's 7.
9 is the one with the dog on it.
Yeah,
So I have everything after it's. I'm pretty sure it's 5 or 6. Whoops.
5 is the one where he has the wings on it, and then 6 is.
I don't have that. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
That one I have like 15 of.
I do not have 5.
All right, hold
I
on.
know where to get a bunch of 2s. Like the shop that I go to, he has a bunch of number 2s laying around.
Dude,
I need to
fucking
fill
got-
my Venom.
2
I
doesn't
got
really sell that high.
shafted. Two's not that big of a deal, but I got fucking shafted on one because my shop was selling it as the first appearance, and I was focusing on another book. They basically had like 10 books laid out, and they knew I wanted all of them, and they're like yada yada, like we'll do this for this for that, and I'm like cool, and then they get to Venom where they're like we'll do 30 for this, and I'm like I don't know if I want to do 30 on that bad, and they're like okay, well we don't blah blah blah, we're gonna wait on these other books to sell you then yada yada, and I'm like fine, I'll pay the fucking 30 for it. I get home and I can buy it on eBay for $10 shipped.
Ooh.
You can get it for cover price still. The first print for number 1.
I was fucking pissed, man. I was like, come on, guys. Like, you're not even going to sell me the shit I really want.
Does anyone have?
I have.
Which issue of Venom was the Battle Lines variant?
I don't know. I
have
didn't.
no
I didn't
idea.
get that one.
Oh, you
Which
didn't get that one?
Wait, did it even come out yet?
I
No.
grabbed this one today too. The Marvel Knights 20th cover for issue 7.
Oh, that one's dope.
Yeah, I like
That
this
is
one.
sick.
Where's mine?
Andrew, you need this one, right?
That's it. That
Let me
cover's
see.
so fucking sick.
I think I have a bunch.
Which
I'll look
one?
right now? The one with the wings.
Oh yeah, that's a cool cover.
Yeah. I also have a slabbed version and a normal version of the scan variant of that one.
That was sick. I have just not a slab one. I have a regular copy.
It's pretty dope. I was gonna sell this run. It has the second print of it has all of them are first prints except for number 3, which is the third print because the third print is my favorite cover for it.
There were some of the reprints were like better fucking covers than the other ones.
Yeah, I agree.
I paid $10 for the second print, and now it's what, like 7?
Your boy, why are you like so camera shy?
No, my phone's charging right now because it's 4%.
Freaking Guam, man.
I guess I don't have as many number 5s.
It's plugged in right now. I would not have a phone anymore if it wasn't plugged in. Hey, is this anything that has to do with the Immortal Hulk? Like, I know that people are looking for that.
No,
Yeah.
that's that has to do with like the Endgame movie theories. Professor Hulk.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So that's what I was trying. Okay.
Yeah,
Because I actually just won
advertised
another
it.
copy of this and the gold one, the second print one. I just won that this week too.
So
So I didn't know
is
if they could
Professor
go into
Hulk
all this stuff.
is Professor Hulk like an actual character? Or is he like a thing that pops up really briefly and he's like, oh look, I'm Hulk with a pair of glasses on? Like,
He had a
I haven't
ponytail
read it.
too. He was
Oh,
like
word?
he was basically like millennial hipster Hulk.
I'm basically just picturing Beast but green.
No, but like no, he was still jacked, but he was like thinner, like more like an I don't know, like an in between Bruce Banner and the Hulk, and he had like
Hulk in hell.
Well, he had full on like Hulk intellect and like talked perfectly like he
Like
talked
Bruce
like Bruce
Banner,
Banner.
yeah. It was like the Hulk body with Bruce Banner's brain, right?
Right. So like that's why they called him Professor Hulk because he was like this smart version, but in like it's still a big jacked up body. But he wasn't quite as big or as strong as the Hulk because he was missing that like rage factor.
So I wonder why people aren't specking on the What If book that has like what if the Hulk had Bruce Banner's brain, like that's like number 2 or something.
That's
I think it's something like that.
That's a good question.
I think I have that one somewhere too.
Yeah, I got one.
I really like the What If universe, man. Like, I feel like that gets like underloved. I think it's really cool.
You know why? Because it's not really like you can't count it as like one whole universe because each issue is an entirely different universe.
Yeah.
No,
it's totally just like a made up thing. But yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Book,
I have that one. It's actually a good read too.
Hey, are people still picking up those ogre books?
I don't know, but I'm selling
I
it too.
haven't seen.
I'm probably gonna sell all my duplicates.
Jesus.
I only have the first issue, but I'm selling it for sure.
See, I have several copies of 2 and 3 that I got for pretty cheap. Dude, Source Point Press is the worst shipping ever.
True. Yeah, it's really bad.
This Civil War 2 number 3, that's part of the whole Immortal Hulk thing, right? That's where Hawkeye kills the Hulk the first time or something?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it's where Hawkeye shoots Banner in the head.
Yeah, the arrow in his freaking head.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure because I actually haven't read the thing yet. And I'm like, now I'm at the point where it's worth so much. I'm just going to sell it and buy the trade and read the whole trade.
How much is it worth right now?
For the whole run, like I have 1 through 14 right now. I don't have any variants. I only have the one variant to the newest one, and then I got the tie-ins. Like I got number 8 of that, and then I got the first appearance number 10. So I figure I put it all in one big lot, and I mean it should bring some money. But that's only if people show up. Like I'm not gonna put it out there and sell it for $30.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. That's why I said too, like, it really just depends, man. Like, that's why I kind of feel like the boxes where you just put random stuff into the box as people bid, at least you know, like, if no one's bidding, you're not losing a ton of stuff. Like, I don't want to put a slab up and be like, oh, let's start at $25, and then like I only get one person to offer $25. Like, that's a big loss, man.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying.
So explain this. I know you were saying that Alec does this, but explain this. Like, you just throw shit in a box.
So he did it on their last auction. Well, John's here, so John, let me know if I'm saying this right. The last time that you guys did an auction, White Whale had one of those like flat rate, like whatever, $13 boxes, and he just started and he was like, all right, like the first 2 books are, and it was like his was all independent books, so it was like 2 independent titles or 3 independent titles, and he was like, it's going to start at like $5, and every time we hit like a $5 increment, I'm going to put like another book in.
But he doesn't show you what it is.
No, he does.
Oh, okay.
He's like, all right, if we get to 15, I'm going to put in this book. And then
Gotcha.
be like, so if you only get to 14, you're not putting in that next book. So it kind of drives people to bid up. Like, instead of playing that $1 game, they're like more willing to take a $5 jump to be like, oh, there's going to be more books.
That's the thing they do it on All About Comics, the auctions, and the Comic Core one too, that they were doing today. They were doing that same thing, and it's also like it'll take, if one person is winning and no one else is bidding on it, and that one person's willing to pay more, they can keep bidding $5 every time you put more books in. By the time you get to the end, they can decide, well, I don't want that, and you can be like, well, if you don't want this one, then how about this one for $5?
Yeah, so John said the same thing. He said a few guys sell like that. He said Seawood did it on the last Comic Core auction, and he usually starts with a couple of minor keys and then tries to keep the books that follow in theme. So like we said, if you said, I'm going to do all DC variants, every $5, I'm going to throw 2 more variants in the box or something,
I like that.
And then like Barbarian said, sometimes people could like outbid on themselves because they could bid to 15, and then you're like, these 2 books are going to go in at 20, and then that person is like, shit, all right, 20, because I want those 2 books. I mean,
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. And like with this Immortal Hulk run, I thought about doing it like that and saving, the bigger ones for later down the road, being like, this is going to be in there, but it's going to be up to a certain amount before it gets there. Then if somebody just could bid that much, then it's like just go ahead and throw it in.
Your boy looks like he's at the beach right now. You at the beach right now, bro?
Nah, it's just I'm on mute right now because the chickens.
Oh, it's your background. It looked like water.
They're all just losing their fucking mind.
Your boy looks like Moana.
What's the Rock's character's name in that? Barbarian's dying.
That shit's funny.
Dude, it's almost April 1st, and I'm not ready to spend $100 per book to get John Romita to find something.
Yo, so listen, because I don't have any. Obviously, I don't have any money right now, and I wanted to send stuff in. But there's another company out in Las Vegas that always does private signing stuff, and they have a private signing come up with Romita in like May.
Okay.
Like the end of May, and I think that the submission date is they're gonna put out the information to start submitting around like the first week of May. So if you get yourself an extra month if you need it financially, it would just be through a different company than the one that Tank told us about. I'll send you the info later.
Do it.
Chat. Because I actually looked it up. Economics in Comics told me about it because he said he's dealt with them before, and they have one that just passed, and they have another one coming up at the end of the summer. Because they're doing, they're sponsoring a thing called the Legends Tour. And they're doing private signings with a bunch of other guys too. So like Roy Thomas and Buscema and obviously Romita. So like they facilitate a lot of stuff at a lot of shows. So
have you heard anything about Miller?
No.
I'm waiting for a date for him because I have a bunch of stuff I want signed.
I'm kind of just hoping that like he always does one or two during the year at Midtown Comics, and like they get crazy, but like he signs the whole time. So I'm kind of just waiting and hoping like that the next one comes up soon.
Is it like expensive as hell?
I think he's one of those like $50 a signature guys.
I'm down with that, dude. That's super reasonable.
I mean,
like
there's
how
only a
that's
few.
reasonable.
There's only a few guys in the game that charge more than like $20. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess Ramita is worth $100. It's just like at least just do like 100 for the first book, 50 for following books. Like that seems reasonable to me.
Wait, is that what Ramita Senior's charging? $100 a book right now?
Yeah.
no, I think it's only $50.
Oh, really? Okay, hold on. Now I have to look.
It's 50 books, then plus whatever like the CGC fees are and stuff.
If it's 100, I'm just gonna kill myself. I can't think of another like reasonable reaction.
I mean, when you got a line all the way around the block and you're charging $100 a person, it should be $100 a person. You take however many books you want. I mean, within reason.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay $400 to get 4 books signed by anybody.
Well, you know what? That's part of the problem too that I found is that, you know, a lot of guys, CGC has made them change the way that they do things because they charge entirely different rates for slabbed books. And I feel like that's messed up because it hurts collectors. And I really feel like they're doing it to kind of like make money off the resellers. You know, like when a guy charges only $5 per signature, but you bring up to him like 35 books, they think to themselves, like, this guy is trying to flip all of these.
Yeah.
So now they turn around and they say, well, now anything over, I'll do 3 books for free. And anything over that is like $20 a book. And if you're getting it CGC witnessed, it's $45 a book. So it screws me and you. If we just want Donnie Case to sign 1 book so we can get it graded, we got to pay like $40.
True.
The whole CGC witness thing is a fucking scam, dude. Like that shit, that actually fucking irks me really, really bad.
And then it's like certain shows only have deals with certain people. So like CBCS can't go to certain shows because the shows have a deal with CGC.
Right.
Here's the thing is like if I show you a certificate of authentication for anything, people accept that. But for some reason, they charge us for this witness fee. Like, I don't care that some dude who jerks off to My Little Pony watched my comic get signed. Like, I don't fucking care. I want to know that was their fucking signature. Done. Like,
I don't know what it is, and I don't know why. I like got this way. That sounds dramatic, but the certificate of
I'm picturing a Batman evolution into whatever you're about to say.
Yes, the COA stuff. I won't buy something if it has a COA. Like I need it to be CGC like certified or whatever. And I think that's only because that's like the industry standard.
That's the benchmark now, though. That's what I mean. Like,
which is frustrating.
The thing is, like, I can't get that mad because the market spoke and that's what the market wants, you know. But I'm still fucking mad about it.
Yeah,
I can get mad. I think it's BS, and I think other companies hurt themselves too by like so CBCS, right? Like they bought, like they're bought by Beckett or whatever, so they have signature verification. Like, why do they put it in a red label? If you have a database, you have authenticators saying this is 100% a legit signature, you make the rules for your company. Why don't you put that in a gold label? Why do you put that in a red label? And then to the public, it's like, oh, I don't want a red label. Just like CGC people being like, oh, I don't want purple. I don't want green. I only want blue or yellow.
Yeah.
Like, why do a weird color? Like, oh, no, our verified ones get red. No, I mean, that's dumb. Because if you're Beckett. If Derek Jeter signs a bat and you verify it's legit, you don't write somewhere with like a red marker on the bat that like it's verified and like, no, authentic is authentic. Either it is or it isn't.
True. That's very true.
Yeah, and they didn't even do that stuff. I mean, back in the day, it was all COAs. If you had a COA, you were good with anything. Like I bought a bunch of stuff from like Dynamite stuff. I forget the name of the company that used to do it, but I bought a bunch of the Arthur Sedan stuff when I first started collecting him, and it all just had certificate to authenticity. There was nothing else. Like, I don't even know if they had gold labels back then. But
even to this day, Dynamic Forces still
yeah,
does.
Dynamic Forces, that's it.
Dynamic Forces to this day still does signed books with a printed certificate of authenticity, hand numbered in the back, and they use a special sticker to seal the bag so that you can't open it. If you open the bag to take the comic out, the whole sticker can't be replaced. Like it does that like thing where it rips off in pieces. So even to this day, companies like Dynamic Forces charge you a huge amount of money for a signed book, but you still can't take that book and submit it to CGC and have them give you a gold label.
True.
How does that make sense? It's like saying,
I got
we don't trust anyone.
Quick. I got to interject. We'll see. It's because we want the My Little Pony FAP signature viewing. But anyway, so I just want to double check. This is important, guys. Whose first appearance is this?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
See, the answer is wrong. That's Nova. That's Nova's first appearance, according to whoever the fuck labeled this bullshit. Oh my! See, should have known, guys. Should have known. Okay, back to this CGC shit posting. Let's go.
Real quick, John said that he is thinking about bringing his Jack Kirby signed book to CBCS for signature verification, and it'll cost like $65.
Oh,
first off, that's kick ass that you have a Kirby signed book.
No kidding.
And you should, yeah. I mean, what's the difference between CBCS's, because they have a gold label, right? Or is it just the red?
They do. They have a signature witness gold label, that's CBCS, and then they have that red label that's authenticated.
Oh, that's.
If I'm not mistaken. I don't think you can get a gold label unless their person watches it get signed, just like CGC does.
Right. Interesting. Okay.
But now that EGS, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I think they do gold labels for a certified one.
They do gold labels, and their prices are super reasonable. I just think it's
because they're new.
I don't think they're established enough yet to what's the right way to say it? Like, I'm thinking about sending some books to them.
They can't make the request, basically. They can't make the ask for the price because of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about sending some normal books to them that I want to protect, but I don't really care about who graded it. But as far as signed books go, I don't know that they're established enough yet to care what color their label is, because it's still not like as built up a company as like the other major companies are. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think like that's like because most people who slab stuff, especially who are worried about what color the label is going to be, are doing it because of resale. So if you're worried about resale, I don't think that anything in the market has shown that EGS is going to do anything for your book other than people paying, similar to raw prices. Until people decide that they're a viable alternative, it doesn't increase the value of your book in any way. Whereas like a raw versus a CGC slab book, there's a huge difference in asking price. There's just not enough EGS books out there yet to even have a sample that's big enough to say, oh, these are the price deviations between raw and slab, because it just they don't have any real market share.
Right. Well, and I think we talked about this before, but when we were all doing research into the comic skin company, you can basically, I could go on the comic skin website and do exactly what EGC is doing in terms of getting a slab for a book, getting a label for the book, and I can custom make a label that has like the Symbiotes logo on the side and say that it's a 9.6. Like we could realistically do that ourselves. The difference is, and the company is great. Like aesthetically, I like the label a lot.
Hey, that's a really good scam. I like that.
But like I know for sure that they have a signature authentication like program or whatever, which was not deep. So that's something that like I wouldn't invest money in myself to just have that for my books. You know what I mean?
I mean, they have that whole system. They have authentication. The guy who's the president of the company, Tony Trombetta, he's been on a bunch of the channels. I actually have spoken to him personally a couple times, and he's like he's a very cool dude. He's very knowledgeable. He's a comic fan, so I think that the reason behind him starting the company is because as a comic fan, he kind of hates the way that like CGC and CBCS operate, but he also recognizes too that like in terms of having market share, it's tough. You have to build that presence, and I know they want to get out to like more shows and stuff and be able to show people what they're doing, but you know that takes revenue as well. And if people aren't willing to buy into it and like gamble on it, you know, so like people have to come in on the ground floor and be able to roll the dice and say, all right, I'll get a ton of books graded by you and pay you the money and see where this goes. And I just don't know, like that's the bottom hurdle that they have to get over.
Yeah, absolutely. I like this service. What'd you say?
I got a couple books that are signed that I planned on sending to them just because like it's cheap. And like the one that I have that's got the first Negasonic Teenage Warhead, it's CGC'd and it's a green label. And I didn't know that they did that when I sent it in for signatures because I sent it with the COA and I figured that it was going to get a gold label like anything else. I didn't know when I sent it in. And the guy at the con that I turned it into, he didn't even tell me. He's just like, oh, yeah, that'll be great. That's a good one to get. And so it's like, but I dropped it and broke the corner of it off. So I got to get something done with it anyway. So I figured I'd send it in. But it's got 3 signatures on it. So they'll charge me for 3 times for the verification on it, even though it's got a COA. That's what he said on when he was with Economics and Comics. Like they charge per signature. So that's like $60 just for the signatures. And then whatever, another $20 to get the little comic skin put on it.
If I remember right, though, their prices for their grading services are super reasonable. Like they're less expensive than the normal ones, right?
They're definitely cheaper than the competition. I mean, they have to be. You know, how else you're not going to get anybody to come in through the door if you're. I have a few books that I plan to send to them just because I wanted to see what the finished. Like I said, I spoke to Tony because. Economics did a show with him and interviewed him, and he answered a lot of really good questions, and I had the luxury of speaking to him privately like with Economics just like a week or so ago. And I mean, he just seems like a super down-to-earth guy, and I think that's part of it for me too. You have all these companies where, like Barbarian said, you got someone working for CGC who's giving you bad information, who just wants to take your money and like throw it in an envelope, and they don't care about actually helping you. And so, you know, having the president of the company who's into comics be so willing to like speak to people and kind of like, you know, answer any of those questions and stuff, like, I don't know. I found it motivating enough to say, all right, I'm going to give this guy some of my money and see how these turn out, you know, with my own eyes instead of watching it on YouTube or whatever.
Right. Yeah. I'm super down to support it.
So if you guys weren't gonna go CGC, who would you say is your go-to?
Well, I mean, there's really only
I can't submit from out here.
I mean, not everybody at once.
Well, I mean, that's not a reasonable question, right? If you're saying EGS isn't established enough, and you don't want to use CGC, CBCS is really your only other option because I don't think anyone in the world right now is sending books to PGX.
Okay. So you ready? Here's our thing. Are you ready? They're called EGC?
EGS. Expert Grading,
hey,
expert grading services.
Sponsorship? Shill the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I think the guys.
I'm half kidding. Like if you trust them, I'm down to take a whack at it.
Yeah, I was gonna send stuff to them too, just because I mean, they're really close to me. Like it would be a really quick turnover. And they're cheap. Like they're so much cheaper than sending it anywhere else. The slab itself, like the top tier one or whatever, it looks just as good as the other ones. It protects it just as good. And that's pretty much what it is for me. None of my slab books are there for like to sell. Like that's not why I get them done. I got ones that I want to get rid of, but it's just because I got them cheap. And you know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing that really turned me off personally to CGC. I sent Thor 337 into so it was the first book I ever sent into CGC to get pressed, cleaned, and slabbed. It has been 7 months as of today, and I still haven't gotten it back.
Have you checked?
It takes
Have
forever.
you checked the status?
It was delivered.
It said received for like 6 months.
It's still like received. They haven't touched it yet.
Oh,
That's
you got
weird.
a lockjaw pop.
Received.
I
Yeah,
like
and
that pop.
and we emailed them a few times too. And boy howdy, wouldn't you know it? It's almost done.
Yeah, when I got my books done with
Where?
CGC, it was on the receive thing until they were done. Like it never did say. I think it went processing for like 1 day or something like that, and then it said completed and out for shipping or something like that. And you could look at the grades.
Dude, it was the other thing that kind of frustrates me is I sent that in to get like cleaned and slabbed and pressed and yada yada. I don't even remember what shape that thing's in. I don't know if I just sent a fucking dead ass book in there. Like, so that's the thing that's kind of funny to me because like I had been out of collecting for so long that like when I finally hop back in or whatever, I look at something like this and I'm like, oh yeah, that like has good eye appeal. There's no tears. That's perfect. But I'm not looking at little dings and shit like that. I don't even know how fucked up that book was, and like I might have just sent something in there that's gonna come back a 7. You know what I mean? Like, so like that's if I would have gotten it back like a few months ago, they could have showed me a 7, and I would have been excited. If I get a fucking 7 back from them now, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, the book that I sent to CGC, I was very like I thought they looked great, and they came back. One came back a 6.5. Yeah, one came back a 6.5, and the other one came back a 7.5. And then the new one, I was like, this one's perfect. It's gonna get the highest grade you can get. It came back a 9.4. Yeah, it came back a 9.4.
If my fucking first appearance of Hellboy doesn't come back a 9.2 or a 9.4, I'm gonna be fucking furious. Like, I will actually be furious about it because it is like they sent that thing back a 9.0. I got the grader's notes. I saw the things that needed to be corrected. I pressed it. I fixed it. We're good. Give me a fucking 9.4. Like, but so here's the one other thing that really frustrates me about all the like above 9s is they can't quantify the differences. Like,
I think
yeah,
they were pressing there, and I think that it's always better to let them do the pressing, just because I don't think that they're going to give a book a low grade, like a lower grade, if you have them press it, because it makes them look good to say I pressed this and it got a 9.8 or a 9.6, and it was a 9 before. Whereas if you send them a book that was a 9 and you press it and everything, then they can be like, well, if I would have pressed it, it would have got this. But since you just sent it back, I'm going to give it the same grade.
Yeah, but they don't know that I'm sending in a book that they've already, like done or whatever.
They don't. That's true, but it's just I have a feeling that that's kind of the way it works.
I totally agree. Like if they keep track of that kind of shit, 100%. So did you
send them any book, and if you have them do a press on it, they're going to give it a better grade than
that way. They look like they
even if
did a great job.
You know what I'm saying? Like you could send them a Batman Damn that's never been read, and if you don't press it, it's going to be a 9.8. But if you press it, they tell them I want to get it pressed and clean, then it's going to come back a 10. Just because they'll be like, I did this, I'm gonna make it perfect.
All the Batman
like
Damn 10s are
press
funny
that
to me.
book.
Yeah, you can, but if you press that, you're gonna fuck it up.
There's so much 10s for that book.
That's what I meant, Andrew. What kind of answer is that? I feel like you can't press that book, and you say you can, but you'll mess it up.
Anyway, now that Issues is done talking,
hey, Andrew, real quick, did you hide your camera feed because it doesn't show up on the it shows up for us, but no one can see it on the.
Oh, dude,
he's got the little microphone thing turned off on mine. So does your boy.
Yeah, mine's in and out because same reason.
They can hear everyone. I think.
I'm pretty fucking.
Hey, Wizza is in the chat.
I can hear Andrew, but yeah, the icon's on.
Wiz, I agree with you, buddy.
What's up, Wiz?
I'm kind of ugly right now, so I'm all right with people not seeing me.
All right, well, they can hear you, so I guess that works.
Hell yeah.
They want to see what the ass hat looks like.
I got work at 6 in the morning, so let's call it in like 15 minutes.
Quit your job. We're talking comics.
Dude, I would love to quit my day job. I can't wait.
I think I would too.
And then all y'all are gonna have to come to the tattoo studio and hang out since I'll be there all day.
You open a tattoo studio on the East Coast. Why don't you move over here and open a tattoo studio?
So me and one of my business partners and my roommate, we're working on an idea that would be like cross country stuff that could be super cool.
Listen, I have a lot of free time if you need someone to manage the shop.
That would be dope.
That'd be sick. I'm not even kidding.
They have a tattoo convention. Do y'all ever go to those?
No. To which one? There's a bunch out here.
Yeah. There's a lot that they have up in Atlanta too. That's why I was wondering if you ever to go to them.
He's trying to travel more. He'd like to go everywhere. So at some point, probably we would go to Atlanta. And I just pal around because I just like to bullshit. So.
I got you. Yeah, I know the one that they have one every year in Atlanta that's pretty big. Like it draws a crowd, that's for sure.
I've never been to Atlanta, so
yeah, Atlanta's a big town with a lot of people that live there. I live in the suburbs.
I'd love to go. I mean, I want to go back to New York. I haven't been to New York in a couple of years.
Come on, man, let's go.
I really didn't vibe with New York when I went. Wait, so can you guys see this?
We can.
Yeah. I don't
the people
care about the rest of the people. Okay. I'm just here to bullshit with my boys.
Okay.
I got all the fucking guts in it still. I got this for like a fucking quarter.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
If you mean somebody didn't take the clear cards out? Those are collectibles.
I know, man. I fucked up.
The F word is like 37% of Andrew's vocabulary.
I freaking rude. I didn't have
issues. Look behind
you.
you.
Me alone.
Oh wait, never mind. It's swapped.
It's Doomsday Clock now.
Yeah, it was your favorite.
YouTube is rotating through like sci-fi wire like videos, so I figured since I have like a ton of stuff behind me, it could be like sort of entertaining when I talk.
I need to get something different other than my posters.
The alien
that's good enough. That's
good
enough.
Poster's dope, but your
head
blocks it.
I love that poster. That's my favorite.
You have room for another poster. If you move the alien poster over a little bit, you could turn it into like a trinity of cool posters.
It's like, it's a weird spot. And then on the other side, I have skateboard decks with serial killers on them.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Oh, nice.
Soon, hey, you know what? Soon you'll be able to get a skateboard with me on it and add it to that part of the
Perfect. Can I have you sign it first? I'll send it to you to sign it first.
Cool.
Second appearance of Cosmic Ghost Rider issues.
I have that book, and that's not Cosmic Ghost Rider. Just because he's in space doesn't make him Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Dude, it's true first.
The other cover is funny because he's on like a space motorcycle.
I know, he's like on a space Harley.
Yeah.
Yo, this is random, but I forgot that I had this. I repainted it, and then I made a shiv out of a toothbrush and put it in his little handhole, and then I gave him knuckle tattoos in it. It's pretty badass. Oh, he has the teardrop tattoos on his face too.
That's awesome.
Pretty dope.
You know what? We could market that.
Dude, I thought about just like doing a bunch of them and like selling them.
You know what? We should. I have a lot of fun. We should do a ton of them, and they'll be called like garden thugs.
Dude, that would be sick.
Like those little
homies, nomies.
The nomies. Dude, this is a killer idea. Actually, we need to do this.
Yeah, they'll all have like different tattoos and like clothes.
I like it.
They'll fly like bandanas out their back pocket.
Oh hell yeah!
My phone's fucking dying right now, so I'm transferring you guys over to just audio.
Thank God.
That's
I know.
fine.
I was like, fuck.
Issues. Where's yours at?
Issues.
Wait, does that mean that you can't see anything anymore? Does that mean
No.
that you can't see anything?
Yo, let's go.
Oh, that's dope. It makes noises whenever you move it.
Yeah.
See,
Pretty
Infinity
cool.
Gauntlet shocker.
Yo, this thing is loud as hell.
Shaka.
John, you gotta get one. They had them on sale on Amazon for like $50 like a couple months ago. It's badass.
Do to live long and prosper.
Yeah.
You can't. I can't throw up gang signs with this. Hey, okay, buddies. Thing's awesome.
Kylo's lightsaber is right here, but I don't
This
have
guy
any
got
batteries in
lightsabers
it.
too.
Yeah, I have a lightsaber, but it doesn't have any batteries in it. But it's like the fancy, super expensive one. It's cool.
Ooh.
Is that glass? Is that what that?
No, it's like what's that plastic?
PVC?
No, it's hard. It's harder than that. It's like I don't know. I forget what it's called.
You wouldn't want to like sword fight with him.
You
think they use those for fencing.
can, but it would if you did it enough, it would bend. But yeah, you could hit them pretty hard, and it makes sound like when you tap stuff, it makes it sound like you're hitting it. Pretty cool.
They have lightsaber fencing, I think, in France, and they use stuff like that.
Fuck off, for real.
Yeah.
It's an actual sport now.
Hey,
That's so sick.
Jedi?
I'm gonna move to Europe.
Yeah, I am too, actually.
Yeah, this is Germany though, so.
Dude, Andrew, you can't bring all of your comics to Germany, so what are you going to do with them?
I'm not going to bring them all. I'm just going to go fuck off in Germany for a year, maybe impregnate some fucking Deutsch chick, and then bring her back to the States and, hang out with my dogs, my comics, and some German chick.
We can hold on to your comics, though.
Oh.
You're an upstanding citizen, Andrew.
Dude, I'm just trying to spread fucking freedom, okay?
Freedom and love.
Yeah, well, no, I'm talking about American freedom.
Oh.
Bring cards for everybody.
Look, man, I know that I know Germany doesn't have any oil, but they still need some freedom. Andrew's a coming.
I can't wait for Andrew to go to Germany and never speak to me again.
See,
That's
John's
fake
on our
news.
show now. John's on everybody's show. Now he's on our show again.
Look, John, where John's on.
Hey.
Does
I didn't even
John
know you
have,
sent an invite.
does John have a job, or does he is comics his? Because I see him on every.
No,
John's a
he's a
teacher.
teacher.
Word. Well, fucking A.
He's a better person than all of us.
I know it, dude. That
Super-
wasn't even me
super
taking
accurate.
a dig. That was actually a compliment, dude. You're on every show. Like, I fucking love that. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I wish I had time to be on everything.
He's like the Johnny Carson of YouTube. The
Fuck
hardest
true.
working show business.
True. All right, I added batteries, so we'll fire this thing up. Here we go. It makes like the humming noise. I don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And then it like
This Sean is at the fashion show now.
is that a fashion show? What is that?
Shawn Mendes performing at the Victoria's Secret fashion show.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Since we're talking about comics, it just seems like the right to put on.
Right. Oh, Shawn Mendes, that nerd.
Wait, are we breaking out lightsabers? Is that what's going on?
No,
No,
was just-
Andrew. No one wants to see your lightsaber.
No, put your lightsaber away.
Oh, no.
Ooh, Thundercats on Sci-Fi Wire. That's a good one.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I never got into that. That and He-Man I never got into.
That's because you're a loser.
I know.
He-Man 2000X was my stuff.
My parents
Oh.
wouldn't let me watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when I was a kid, or the Power Rangers. So
My mom wouldn't let me watch South Park when I was a kid.
It's
I think
too
that's-
bad.
Yeah, for good reason.
I think that's totally fair.
I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons.
I wasn't.
Really?
I wasn't either.
Me neither.
That and the Rugrats. I wasn't allowed to watch Rugrats
Why were you not allowed to watch the Rugrats?
because my parents thought that I'd like try and be one of the kids, like a shitty ass kid.
They weren't even shitty kids.
I don't know. Oh, that's a cool pop. Is that a pop?
Yeah. Too bad Andrew can't see it.
Moon Knight.
Guys, I had a weird thing happen last week at my LCS. They fucking, I don't remember how it came up or whatever, but we started talking about like, you know, layaway and how like when you become like a regular enough customer, how different shops will do different things for you and stuff like that. And I was like, oh yeah, yada yada. Like, what's the most expensive book that you guys have right now? And they have an Amazing Fantasy 15 like somewhere in their shop, or not in their shop, obviously. But I was like, oh, blah blah blah. Like, let me just finance that over like the next 2 years. And they're like, honestly, you're like one of 3 people that come here regular enough that we would actually let you do it. And I was like, what? Like fucking
Sell
like,
them presses.
super fucking touching. I was like, oh my god. Like, but that's terrible because now I want to.
Oh my god!
Yeah, dude. Fucking got me all in my feels and shit. Because when I first walked in there, they didn't like me.
How much
Jesus.
are you trying to sell it for?
I don't even
When Andrew
remember.
gets excited, he can't like hold the gay in. It's just
I
like,
know, man.
Dude, what do you have on right now? Issues?
Wizard told me to put on guys doing steroids. So
Oh, perfect. Mr. Girl just said his issues watching a show about steroids.
yes. Well, no, actually, you guys are watching it. I'm not. But
John said the choices on that TV are an insight into Chris's mind.
it gets
Is
a
it
lot-
just, wait, is
gets
it
lot
just a
worse
bunch of
than
dudes'
this.
asses?
No, it's just a bunch of buff guys sitting around talking about steroids.
Dude, it could get a lot weirder, man. You should see some of the stuff I watch.
Real talk though, I could take all those dudes. Just so we're all clear.
Real talk.
I believe it, man.
Yeah.
No, but you know
Fucking-
what?
I'm
You know
scared
what's
for
funny
them.
Is that I find almost every mini documentary, no matter how stupid, on Vice, so like entertaining. Do you watch any of that?
Yo,
I like Vice. Vice is super entertaining.
I know they were on HBO for a while. I don't know if they're still on there, but I only catch them on YouTube. But do they do like 5, 10, 15-minute like mini documentaries on like just so many crazy topics? And
Yep.
I don't know.
the
Dude,
ones
I don't
from
think
Japan
I've
are pretty cool.
I don't think I've ever seen one I didn't like.
They have their own channel now, so I don't think they're on HBO anymore. And they do they had like Action Bronson's show is on there.
That's pretty funny.
Which is it's super entertaining. But yeah, all that like they had one about like a bunch of it was like a drug in Russia, like crocodile or something like that.
Crocodile, yeah.
That one's super interesting.
I remember seeing that on Tumblr fucking years ago. Freaked me
Yeah.
out.
They have one for the suicide forest in Japan. That's really interesting.
My buddy was in Japan and
This
didn't
one
go
behind
see
me is
it.
a Vice one. The steroid.
The steroid one. Dude, they have. I think it's them. They have one that's about this guy who like injects himself with snake venom, and he got like immune to it. But he overdosed
like
a couple
he's gonna get
times.
Down syndrome from that fucking vaccination. Real quick, I want to show you guys some cool shit that I just found. That crackhead collection just keeps giving, guys.
That's
Ooh.
dope.
Yeah,
I got the trade of that, but
Hold on.
I'm feeling pretty hyped, guys.
Have you ever seen that show on Vice, the Epically Latered show?
Yeah, I like that one. The skate show.
Yeah. The kid, I can't remember what his name is. Patrick something. He was from Columbus, Ohio. I used to skate with him back in the day. That does that show. Like my friend lived with him when he moved to Columbus, and now
Is that the dude with the glasses?
the guy that does all the interviews and stuff.
I gotta look it up now. I don't remember.
Yeah, they do a lot of really cool stuff, man.
Yeah, I like them.
They did a really cool one on like real estate in China. Did you see that one?
I haven't seen that.
It's just bizarre, man, because it shows you like how like all these countries like they spend a ton of money just to ensure people have jobs. So they spend like all this money paying construction workers to build these huge like cities, but they built them in these really like remote places where they're basically ghost towns. Like no one lives in any of the buildings. It was just like a way to spend money and give people like jobs, but then no one
That's
lives
fucking
there.
weird.
They have one that's like a recreation of Paris, like including like a smaller version of like the Eiffel Tower, but like no one lives there.
Dude, that's some like
that abandoned show on Vice too, where they go around and just look at all this like abandoned. They did one on Detroit. They like went to Detroit and showed all these abandoned schools and stuff that were all because like no who wants to live in Detroit nowadays, you know?
That's
So
crazy.
how did the fucking film crew make it back?
Who knows? They probably didn't have much gear left by the time they got out of there. But it's like there's a skateboarder that runs it, like that does the show, and he goes to all these places, and then like he skates in them afterwards. After he explains like why they collapsed, like why the business. There's one where there's a mall, the whole mall has been like just shut down, and people go in there and do graffiti and stuff, and there's all these skate spots inside of it. It's pretty cool.
That would be kind of crazy. That's like some like zombie apocalypse shit, like an abandoned mall.
But that's like real world places, like not just in the world, but in this country too. Like it's just
right.
Nuts. Think about it. I don't know.
It's nuts.
Yeah, it's not in third world country. It's like in neighborhoods, like in towns not far from where you're at, and stuff like that.
Right.
We should do a Vice series.
I'm down. That would be cool. Non-comic stuff.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Or we can film our own Vice-esque stuff that's just comics.
Yeah. Just shit on things we don't like.
Yeah, exactly.
Alrighty, lads.
Exactly.
I'm gonna bounce. I gotta
tattoo shows about tattoo artists and stuff.
I gotta use my
first
phone to
episode.
shit
Our
up,
first
so I'm heading
episode.
out, guys.
We could.
All right, later, Andrew.
Later.
See ya.
Interview Andrew for our first episode, and we could talk about comic acceptance in the gay community. that's such a Vice topic.
True. That's a good idea. Andrew, you left at the wrong time.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, I'm gonna call it. I'm tired as hell. Everyone go to sleep.
Yeah, it's probably time for me to go to bed too.
Yeah.
It's only 2:20 over here, so
go to bed, you boys. All right. See you guys.
All right, later, guys.
Later, y'all.